A simple act of kindness that grew into a movement. For more than a decade, Dipa Swaminathan has championed the welfare of migrant workers, growing the charity organization It's Raining Raincoats into a community of around 1,500 volunteers. As she moves into a Mentor and Chair Emeritus role, Beatrice Yap looks back at the chance encounter that started it all and the legacy she leaves behind.
Some places hold on to a moment. For Dipa Swaminathan, this site is one of them. 12 years ago, something happened here that stayed with her and changed the direction of her life.
So Deepa, we're here at this site that means a lot to you.
Yeah.
So could you tell me more about what happened here 12 years ago?
So 12 years ago, a rainstorm happened, and on that day, around midday, I was driving back, turned into this road, and as I drove in, I used to live on this road then. It's now a construction site, but as I drove in, it was pouring with rain, and my wipers were going crazy, and through the sort of on the side, I could spot these two migrant workers crouched under a piece of cardboard because they didn't have an umbrella or a raincoat and they were getting soaking wet. So I drove past them and thought, I'm so comfortable and dry in my car, and I felt sorry that they were getting wet, but something made me stop and reverse back towards them. And I rolled down my passenger side window and insisted that they get into the car.
Deepa took the two men home, giving them food and dry clothes as they waited out the rain. The rain stopped, but Deepa's connection with one of those men did not.
And then when they left, something made me give them my personal mobile number. I just, tore off a small piece of paper, wrote my mobile number and gave it to them and said, if you ever need any help in Singapore, contact me. So they smiled and left.
3 months later, the police called. Murugan had attempted suicide. Deepa's was the only contact number found on him. She learned he had gone 6 months without pay and had just 50 cents in his bank account. After she appealed to the authorities, his unpaid wages were recovered.
Very often people tell me that I helped Murugan a lot and I saved him. But now, as I reflect back on it all, I feel like he also saved me. He gave me the gift of It's Raining Raincoats. So in my heart, I don't remember him just as a migrant worker I helped, but, I think of him as the seed that sprouted this movement.
One person's hardship had become something Deepa could no longer simply witness. She wanted to keep responding, and that response grew far beyond raincoats.
So what started out as you wanting to help turned into a much bigger community, so much that you've had to rent this space for them. So can you tell me more about where we are?
So this is actually, the realization of a dream that was long held, to have a free store for migrant workers and like a lounge and space where they could come and relax. I always had this vision of, of having a space where people could come and drop things and where the workers themselves could come and select what they wanted rather than us driving around and saying, okay, here's what we have.
So apart from all these physical items that migrant workers can come to take, are there other activities that they can come here to do, to socialize, to participate in?
Yes, absolutely. The reason why we, created this space and made it quite colorful and cozy was really to ensure that the workers also have somewhere nice that they can come and relax in. They can't exactly afford to go to a Starbucks and get a coffee and sit there, So they don't really have, an air-conditioned, loungy kind of place that they can go to, and we wanted to sort of provide that for them.
By then, helping had come to mean more than meeting an immediate need. It was also about making people feel considered. But before IRR had a home of its own, Deepa had opened hers.
So we've come to your home from the IRR Henderson office, and I see that you also have a drop-off point here as well. And I myself, I've actually donated some items where I dropped it off here. So how did your home become such a big part of IRR as well?
You know, for the longest time, IRR never had an office. So, my home was one of the places where volunteers could come and drop things off for the migrant workers. And not only my home, but the homes of many other volunteers also opened up as drop-off locations for migrant workers. Sometimes there is a perception that, Singaporeans can be a little apathetic and so on, but I always say that I'm blessed to see a Singapore that is very kind, very compassionate, very inclusive, because they literally walk up to my doorstep from all over the island to drop things off for the migrant workers. So why don't we go in and continue?
For years, the work came through Deepa's front door, and increasingly it occupied another space too, her time.
And throughout this whole journey, what were some of the sacrifices you've had to make personally? You know, even throughout the day as I spent it with you, you were constantly on calls, constantly thinking of ideas on how to improve the organization, how to help these migrant workers.
There was a personal cost in that it took up a lot of my headspace. It took away, time that, my kids have all grown up now, and sometimes I wonder, I miss the times when they were young and, the times I lost that I couldn't spend with them.
Time given to a cause can change lives, but it cannot be given twice. After more than a decade of building IRR, Deepa has decided it's time for others to carry more of it.
I actually haven't announced this publicly, but about 6 months ago, I actually stepped down from the board and the active running of ItsRaining Raincoats. And I'm choosing to announce it now because people can have the confidence that, everything has been going great for the last 6 months. And I will never be disassociated with ItsRaining Raincoats. I will always be the founder of it. It will always be my baby.
What began with one encounter grew into a community choosing to help. Now, as Deepa steps back, others will carry that work forward. Perhaps that's the measure of what she's built, that it no longer just depends on her.